welcome. It's a Deuce Sports Show live every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8. Thank you for tuning in. We are back and better than ever. Let's get right into it. I haven't been here for a while, but sports don't stop. Sports don't stop. December 15th, 2022. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Deuce Sports Show. I haven't been here for a while. We had stuff going on. But thank you everybody for your support. And let's get right into it. Well, since the last time I was here, it was the fair beginning of the season. And now we're well in the thick of things. And I might add, we're in a great spot. This is what we expected to be at. 8-5 at the current moment. If you said after 13 games, you'll be 8-5 with 4 games to go, I would say, I'll take that. So, we'll take that. I'll take that. So we'll talk about Loa. I think we have a quarterback. In my opinion, we got a good quarterback. In my opinion, but I know there's a lot of people who's gonna say that the last 2 weeks, the best two teams that they have played in the season, and he's laid an egg. So you're gonna have doubters out there after these 2 games. Now I kid you not, Tua has been making waves. And he's been changing people's minds. And, the people that weren't on his side, or that weren't, that were doubting him and whatnot. Shouts out to Corporal West. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook Live. You have people that were doubters. And throughout this season, now that we're 8-5, he's converted some people, man. He's had some people, now see the light. They were blind, but now they can see. They were lost, and now they are found. And we want that to continue. And we're in the thick of things right now. The thick of the race right now. And you have answers, questions that have been answered throughout this season. And you have skepticisms throughout the season that have been validated. And when it comes to my Dolphins, our Dolphins, safe to say we're in a good spot. And you know, last week versus the Los Angeles Chargers, this was the marquee game. And big ups to the NFL for their scheduling and whatnot. Because what makes the NFL so great is they understand the narrative. They understand that there are some stories that needs to be written. There are some matchups that needs to be that people want to see. So of course, since they have been drafted, um, since these two quarterbacks have been drafted, Tua Tagovailoa and Justin Herbert. Tua was drafted number 5 overall. Justin Herbert was drafted number 6 overall. And first couple of years, Justin Herbert, he just started off running, man. So that put us in a situation where everybody looking at us like we chose the wrong guy. And the overwhelming majority has been on Justin Herbert's side when it comes to him being a better quarterback in between the two, right? And you have other people on Tua's side saying, you know, Tua is the better quarterback, especially after this season. Now, after this season, in the beginning of during this season, which Tua has, you know, put out a record number, record break, not record breaking, but like, you know, has top numbers, top 5 quarterback numbers. People throughout the season has, you know, changed their minds and decided, you know what, I think Tua is better than Justin Herbert. And it's very remarkable, in my opinion, just the whole ordeal, in my opinion, because you got to also remember, 6-7 weeks ago, we were thinking about Tua no longer being in the NFL, no longer playing in the NFL because of his 2 concussions in a week and a half. Fast forward 6-7 weeks later, he's in consideration as a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He stayed marginally healthy throughout this time, and he's learned from his mistakes. You can notice while he's in the game, he knows when to how to get hit. He's learned how to get hit. And He's not taking that much of big hits in the game and stuff like that. So he's learned how to maneuver, how to navigate throughout pressure and throughout the game, right? And fast forward to this game, right? Tua versus Justin Herbert. It's what everybody wants to see. It's what everybody wanted to see, right? And after this game, you're gonna have people who have a resounding judgment on who is their final decision when moving forward when it comes to deciding who's better. And don't get it twisted. Um, I love my quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. Um, I support him. I feel like he is a good quarterback. When I first started, I'm not gonna lie, I had my doubts. I did. So for me to be here and act like I knew from the get go he was gonna be this way, I'm not gonna lie, I had my doubts. I didn't know if he was gonna become who he became, who he's becoming. Um, so I'm happy that we're in this predicament right. I'm happy that on a national televised game, and you got to also remember, right? Us people who watch the Dolphins and whatnot, we are used to watching the Dolphins every Sunday at 1 p.m. It's just what we're used to doing. We're not used to a Sunday, on a Sunday to have to wait for the Dolphins to play at 4:15, or to wait for the Dolphins to play at 8:20, 8:30 at night. We're not used to that. Every Sunday at 1 p.m., Dolphins are on and we're watching it. And by the time it's 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, the game's over with. We know either the Dolphins won or we know either the Dolphins lost, and that sets the tone for the rest of the Sunday for us. Right? That's how it's been for years. And now to see that the Dolphins are now being played on, you have a week come, and then now we're played on 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, wait, so I gotta wait? Now I gotta wait an extra 3-4 hours. I mean, to be honest, it's not that bad, because especially us, we go to church on Sundays and stuff like that. So by the time we get home, you know, it's in the second quarter, this and that. So we never really, especially people like us who go to church, Hosanna and whatnot, we're never, in a situation where we're home and we're watching the pre-game broadcast, watching the beginning of watching the players um, uh, warm up, watching pre-game interviews. Nah, Sundays, half the time we don't get home in time. By the time we get home, it's the second quarter or damn near halftime, and then we see what's going on. Are we up? Are we not? Okay, let's go. Now we're in there. Now we're watching the rest of the game. So it is kind of different where we get everything all situated. Go to church, this and that. Go by. Go to McDonald's, get the cheeseburgers for 30 cents, 60 cents on Sundays. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Stuff like that. Get you about 10 of them for the kids and whatnot. Come home and then you get to watch pregame and watch the players warm up and watch the start of a game of the Dolphins. It's nice. It feels good. So, but the only reason stuff like that will happen is because that's what the successful teams get. Successful teams play later. They play more on prime time and whatnot. So this goes to say we got more notoriety. We're looked at as a higher echelon team at the current moment. So now we're getting these later starts, these later games, more eyeballs, right? So on Sunday night prime time, it's felt good. I don't remember the last time Dolphins was on the Sunday night primetime game, man. I can't even remember. And it felt good, right? And this is what everybody wanted to see. Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa going head to head. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. My overall analysis of the game is, Tua never got into rhythm. And shouts out to the defense of the Chargers. They were sticking to the receivers coming out the breaks every play. Sometimes, it's a smart strategy. The officials are in charge of calling holding penalties and pass interference. But it's smart. If you do it every play, come on. The officials going to get to a point where they can't call holding every play. So now it gets to a point where now you change the dynamic of the game. You change the dynamic of the play style when it comes to the defender versus the defensive back versus the receiver. So now you've established the baseline in terms of the nature of the relationship between the defender and the receiver. So now the official's going to let you play a little bit more, man. If you establish the relationship with the receiver in the beginning of the game, 10, 12, 15, first 15, 20 plays, is you are on top of the receiver throughout the first 20 to 25 plays, that lets the officials know, all right, it gives the baseline in their mind what is overboard and what is not, because that is the normal way of the relationship. That is the normal back and forth with the receiver. It all starts in the beginning of the game. So now, if in the beginning of the game, okay, you're not aggressive or you're not tight with the receiver or hands on with the receiver throughout the beginning of the game, let's say the first quarter, then all of a sudden they gash you with multiple big gains and multiple big receptions and whatnot. Then all of a sudden, second quarter, third quarter comes, you want to get close, be more aggressive, be more hands-on. Now the official is flagging. It's flagging you for holding for the first 5, after the 5 yards, this and that. Why is that? Because the baseline in the beginning of the game was not the baseline in the beginning of the game. The established relationship in the beginning of the game, back and forth, wasn't this aggressive, hands-on approach. Now you changed. Now, if the official sees something different, he now can differentiate what was normal and what is not. So it starts in the beginning of the game. And kudos to Chargers for doing that. They showed the officials in the beginning of the game, I'm sticking on these receivers like glue. And this is how we do it every play. So now it's hard to differentiate if there's something, if there's a different um, way of, is it a holding or this is more aggressive than before? No, because that's how they was already playing from the beginning of the quarter. I don't know if hopefully I can explain that the best. Hopefully I explain that the best I can possibly explain it. And so that's what the Chargers did. The Chargers established that tone from the beginning, and by establishing that tone from the beginning, the referees it puts the officials in a difficult spot, and now that opened up and it established a game of being physical when it comes to the receivers and the defensive backs. Now, throughout the game, the defensive backs, and mind you, they were out. They wasn't even their starters. And because of that established relationship in the beginning, the established style of play in the beginning, that created a physical game. That turned it into a physical game when it one-on-one with the receivers and defensive backs. And when you do that, especially with players like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Mike Gesicki, that's the one way you can disrupt this Dolphin offense. This Dolphin offense is operated in it's a timing offense. It's a sequential, and it's a sequential offense that's based on timing, right? I know that you're gonna be there at this current time frame, so I don't have to wait for you to be there. I'm going to put the ball there, and by the time the ball reaches there, you will be there, and it will be a completion. It's a timing offense, and I'm not gonna lie to you. The Chargers did a really good job disrupting the timing of this offense. Now, by the Chargers disrupting the timing of the offense, disrupting the timing in the routes, now it disrupted Tua Tagovailoa, right? Now Tua Tagovailoa once he calls hike and initiates the play, his first and second read is not there because you disrupted the timing, and now where the receiver was supposed to be, he's not going to be there. So now it puts Tua in a situation where he has to hold the ball and not try to find somebody else. Next, when he does try to release it, and they're blanketed, and I just felt like it disrupted Tua's timing, and he never could really get into a rhythm. I mean, he started 3 of 17, but I mean that was horrible. He eventually settled in, but within the first and second quarter, his timing got disrupted, and he never could get back into the rhythm, man. He never could get back into the rhythm of the game. And that's a good thing, and that's a bad thing. Because my thing is, Tua, one thing I have to say about Tua, right? And I felt like he got better with that in the end of the as the game progressed, is when he's not in rhythm, when he is, put in an uncomfortable, once the offense is not operating the way it should, you got to learn how to get back in the rhythm within the game. Like, Tua struggles with reestablishing a rhythm within the game. That's one thing that's one caveat. That's one discrepancy that I see in Tua's game. Right? If he doesn't establish a rhythm passing wise from the beginning of the game on, it becomes a long game, man. And I don't know if you remember in the beginning of the first couple of years of his career, if Tua didn't get in a rhythm and he struggled to get in rhythm, Coach Flores would take him out and put Ryan Fitzpatrick in, because Ryan Fitzpatrick could get in the rhythm real quick. Like I'm talking about you can put him in whatever juncture in the game, and he's running the offense. He's on point. He's going go 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 go. That is the one caveat in Tua Tagovailoa's game, in my opinion, which is if he's not in rhythm throughout the first couple of quarters of the game, it's most likely he won't get in rhythm and he won't be able to get back. But now, let me look at it in the positive. In this game, I seen he was struggling. I seen he was out of rhythm, right? And what I realized was he was starting to learn how to get in rhythm within the game. He started 3 of 17, but he finished 7 of he finished like a good percentage throughout the season, throughout the rest of the game, completing seven completions out of 11, right? So so it's a good sign. Like, he got better within the game, and that's what you want to see. And to be honest, granted we lost the game, but when I seen he started to break out of the funk towards the end of the game, in my opinion, this was just as good as a win, in my opinion. I know you're like, what? That don't make no sense. He lost. This and that. He looked horrible. He was 10 of 28 for 145 in a TD. Yeah, but you got to also understand, like, if you didn't know this before, he has a problem of getting in rhythm once he's out of rhythm. That's the one caveat, the one weakness with Tua Tagovailoa. That's what Brian Flores did not like about Tua, because he knew if Tua wasn't in rhythm, the game was pretty much over, dog. The man couldn't get back in rhythm. He was going to keep playing bad throughout the rest of the game. That's why he would bench him and put Fitzpatrick back in, and then the next game you'll see him start again, because they know if he gets in rhythm, okay, he's going to do good. If he's in rhythm in the beginning of the game, all right, so now we're in good shape for the rest of the game because he's established the rhythm, right? This is the first game when I seen, and I was like, he started 3 of 17, which was putrid, which was horrible, right? But he ended the game 7 of 11. That's back up to his average when it comes to completion percentage. That's back up to his average when it comes to his quarterback rating. So that's a good sign, folks. You gotta see, a lot of people in life, we like to look at the we like to look at the what you see right then and there. We like to look at the result of whatever situation. But let's be better. Let's get better. The reason why I say that, let's look within the game. We watched the game, but let's get in the game. How do I say that? We watched the game. We seen Tua play back. We seen that we lost. But if you look beyond that and look within the game, and if you're a Dolphins follower, person that watches Dolphins on a regular basis, a person that has been watching Tua on a regular basis, you know, as a person who watches him exclusively, you know that he has a problem, right? Getting back in rhythm once he starts the game out of rhythm. Once he can establish his rhythm, right? In this game, I kid you not, in this game, when I seen him play out of that funk and get back on track 7 of 11 and a TD, I said, oh my God. Oh my God. This is a element of growth that I'm watching before my eyes. This is something that Tua has now developed, which is getting back in rhythm within a bad game. Listen, folks, you heard it here first on the Deuce Sports radio show and the Deuce Sports podcast and the Facebook Live show on Hosanna Radio. You heard it here first. Tua has elevated and has become a better quarterback and has moved up and progressed to a different type of quarterback after this game right here versus the Chargers. This game has done so much for Tua Tagovailoa, we don't even know it. This game can potentially be the start or the game that really put Tua in the next level of quarterbacking. I'm not talking about the wins and losses, man. I'm not talking about the flashy plays, man. I'm talking about the meat and potatoes. I'm talking about the meat and potatoes of the element of the game. I'm talking about the X's and O's, man. I'm going beyond watching the game. I'm going beyond the glitz and the glamour. I'm going within the game. There is a game within the game, man. And for Tua Tagovailoa as a quarterback, a the position itself, the process of being a successful quarterback, Tua just reached a new plateau with his talent, man, after this game. Listen here first, man. We got a loss. We just got a big win, man. We just got a big win, man. And talent evaluators, NFL scouts, NFL executives, people who do this day in and day out, you know what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I saw. And you know I know what I saw. But you're not going to say nothing. You're not going to say nothing. The media members who watched this game on a regular basis and watched Dolphins versus Chargers, and you saw Tua, and you reestablish a rhythm within the game, you know, if you were somebody who evaluated Tua, you knew that was Tua's glaring weakness. And he fought through it, and he learned, and he showed progress within the game, man. Now, with him learning how to do that within the game, in the future, in the next game, when, of course, the Buffalo Bills will do everything in their power to not allow him to get in rhythm. Now that we've seen the growth and maturation of Tua in this game, I am more confident in the Dolphins against the Buffalo Bills than I was before this game. Why is that? I've seen Tua, before my eyes, learn how to reestablish a rhythm within the game. Something that he struggled doing. Man, we not talking about the stars, this and that. We talking about X's and O's right here, man. The game within the game. This is a big win for the Dolphins fans, man. And Dolphin followers and Tua followers around here, man. People think after this game that Justin Herbert is overwhelmingly better than Tua after the game. No, it's not the case. Now, don't get it twisted. What's my viewpoint on this past game? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's very highly anticipated game, prime time. Everybody wanted to see it. Tua versus Justin Herbert, number 5 overall pick versus number 6 overall pick. No, I kid you not, man. My overall assessment of the game, right? Let's start with Justin Herbert, right? I'm not going to lie to you. The Dolphins, before I start with that, Christian Wilkins, man, of the defensive tackle for the Miami Dolphins, he has become a star player, man. He is easily a top 5 defensive tackle in this league right now, man. That was a great draft pick, man. He is a beast, man. Moving on. Justin Herbert. Our defense, Josh Boyer, the defensive coordinator, we blitzed Justin Herbert 85% of the time, dog. And I kid you not. I kid you not. Dolphins should have had at least 6 or 7 sacks last game. We got to Herbert multiple times. And Herbert, play after play, just avoided every sack. Herbert avoided every sack calmly and kept his eyes down the field, man. I've never seen such a thing where the defense gets to the backfield. The defense blows up the offensive line and gets to the backfield. And he calmly, play after play, play after play, just avoids the sack, just avoids the pressure, moves in, slides to the right, slides to the left, run for a quick couple games. And he did that all game. All game. I was so frustrated because I knew there was plays that he should have got sacked. And he just calmly, play after play after play after play after play, avoided the sack. And I'm just like, this is amazing. I've never seen a quarterback do that. And then on top of that, he's avoiding sack play after play after play. I'm talking about we bringing the house literally every play. And he's calmly just avoiding the sack, slides front, slides right, moves up, avoids, makes a quick run to the sideline for a couple. I'm like, yo, why can't we get this guy? And then the whole time, his eyes is down the field, making a wonderful completion. I kid you not, man. After that game, even I was like, yo, I think Justin Herbert is way better than Tua. Right? Justin Herbert is a top 5 talent, man. See, I'm a Dolphin fan. I feel like Tua has the talent to be a top 10 quarterback and probably is a top 10 quarterback right now, probably number 10 or 9. But Justin Herbert is just just a notch better than Tua, man. Talent-wise, bro. Maybe even 2 notches, man. That is how special Justin Herbert was that game, bro. To see somebody evade pressure after pressure after pressure after pressure and keep his eyes down the field and complete immaculate completions. Not just, I'm talking about he was throwing, there was tight windows. I'm like, whoa, this man is special. Imagine the Dolphins with Justin Herbert, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I get it. When Justin Herbert got drafted, he started playing, everybody looking at each other as Dolphins like, man, we tanked for Tua, but we might have made a mistake. We probably should have got Justin Herbert. Listen, man, let's keep it real. Let's thank God that the Dolphins are in the situation that they are now with Tua Tagovailoa. Because this could have been really bad, bro. Let's thank God that Tua is showing the talents that he showed and developed into the quarterback that he has developed. Because if Tua was not the quarterback that he is right now, Dolphins would have been looking really bad right now because we chose Tua over Justin Herbert. So Now it doesn't look that bad. Oh, we got Tua, they got Herbert. Tua's a good quarterback. Justin Herbert's a good quarterback. So, whoo, that was close, man. So we thought we was really in a bad situation. So let's just thank God that the quarterback we did choose, is still producing results and doing as good, if not better, this current season than Justin Herbert. Even though Justin Herbert is clearly a better talent. Clearly. Right? And on that side, I understand. Like, that's my take on that. But on the Dolphins side, the offensive side, let's keep it real. Also, on the Dolphins side, defensively, our defense is good, man. We got a good defense. I like how I like how, Josh Boyd's running that defense, bringing the house. But for some reason, we are allowing big gains when it comes to big catches, man. And Xavier Howard, you're a top quarterback in the NFL, cornerback in the NFL. But man, time and time again throughout this season, you've been allowing some big plays, man. Like, you're better than that, man. There was a big play that you allowed in the Chargers game. I'm just like, bro, what the freak are you doing, bro? You're supposed to be our number one. It's like, sometimes you look at it and it's like, in a way, you see Xavier Howard kind of going through the motions. Xavier Howard, we need you to be the cornerback from a year and a half ago, bro. Okay, the last year and a half, you've been going through it, money-wise, this and that. Okay, you got your money, bro. Now it's time to go back to Xavier Howard, who had 10 interceptions in one season. Let's go. It's crunch time, man. You need to tighten up. Now, Josh Boyer, bro. I kid you not. There was one play on the defensive side that I did not like, man. I didn't like it at all. No. We blitzing, blitz after blitz, blitz after blitz. We finally got to them in the backfield. It was 3rd and 17. Right? And instead of continually blitzing, you put all the safeties back, all the cornerbacks playing all the way back, and just sent 3 or 4 defensive linemen. Everybody played so soft against the goal line. All Justin Herbert did was just throw a screen, and he damn near got the first down. He got 16 yards out of 17. And then it was 4th and 1, and they decided to go for it, and then got a touchdown. Josh, that right there is what, in my opinion, kind of lost the game, because you should have continued blitzing once it was 3rd and 17, man. Why would you go all the way back, play so soft at 3rd and 17, and they ran a screen to get 16 yards back? And then, one thing about the Chargers head coach, he's the most aggressive head coach in the league. He goes for 4th downs at least 6 to 8 times a game. 4th and 1, on the 1, on the 2. You think he's not going to go for it? Are you kidding me? He just went from 3rd and 17 to 4th and 1 on the 2-yard line. He is not kicking a field goal. The man's going for it 4th and 1, bro. He does that since he got hired. Like, if you just continued and kept the defense how you kept going, 3rd and 17, you brought the house, ain't no way they're going to freaking gain 16 yards, and then it was going to have been a field goal. It would have been a field goal instead of a touchdown. So my thing is like, there's certain things, man, situationally we got to get better at, man. And on the offensive side, I mean, Tyreek Hill is a beast, man. This man got hurt. He hurt his ankle. And just on a bum ankle, he scored 2 touchdowns for y'all boys. On a bum ankle. Every play, every series, he's on the sideline with his ankle wrapped, and he's trying to keep his ankle warm so he can continue playing. In all actuality, he should have been out. But he thugged it out. And on a bum ankle, he scored 2 touchdowns for you guys, bro. Somebody else got to step up. Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. Come on. It can't be only Tyreek Hill. On a bum ankle, you expect, bro, all jokes aside, he shouldn't even been back in the game. He came back on a bum ankle and still scored you guys 2 touchdowns. If he scored you 2 touchdowns, everybody else is at least due for 1 touchdown. This man is so dynamic. A fumble. It's a fumble to where Armstead just flicks it out. He gets the ball and literally runs for 60 yards in a jiffy. Touchdown. I've never seen something like that before in my life. Never. Now, the problem I have with the offense is one of the best offense since I've been a fan. Bar none. I got to give Mike McDaniel credit. But this is a problem that we've had for years, man, going on 10 years. We haven't had a running back since Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams. We still have not found a running back since Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Mike McDaniel, the problem I have with this offense right now is the running game. We need to establish the running game. You have what's his name? Raheem Mostert in the backfield. Run the man. Give him 20 carries. He's going to break one. You have to establish the running game. You have to stay focused on the running. One thing, you came from Kyle Shanahan's offense. Kyle Shanahan, one thing about him, he's going to run the ball. Mike McDaniels, do not get used to just passing the ball. Your offense is dedicated and predicated on running the ball. We need to get back to running the ball. Running the ball comes first before passing, man. That's your mentality moving forward. Let's run the ball, man. We're going to get into a quick break. And get right back into it. Thank you for tuning in. This is Deuce Sports Show on Hosanna Radio every Thursday from 6 to 8. Also, the Deuce Sports Podcast, some Triplecast, and also on the Deuce Sports Show on Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in. We will be right back.
You are now listening to Hosanna Radio.